How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Trailmakers Creations with me, that Dom guy. Today's episode, we are going to be starting with some grabby McGrabbersons. These are some super thin, tall, I want to say projectile grabbers. They got an anchor on them. I call them Red Bulls for containers because it gives them wings. Ba-dum-bump. See, so you can just pull up next like this. You got Q and E to launch both sides, and we just, as long as you're lined up sideways like this, you can hit Q. Adios! There goes the container flying away, mate. Right, and you can get decent range from here, let's see. Like that. E. Bang. Gandhi. And the beauty with containers is that there is no render limit per se. Like the barrels, they don't freeze once they get a certain distance away from you. They just keep on going. So you can lift a bunch of these puppies into the sky. See, so if we drove over here where the yard is, let's just cut to that, shall we? So if we're here in the yard, we can just say, okay, we want to get rid of these ones. Oh, yeah, no. No, the little crates. Yeah, sure, we'll send those up and see how far those go. We'll say, like, maybe these ones. Adios. Some of those will actually get stuck underneath those. They'll come crashing down. That's alright, we just rebuild. We got a couple more. We'll get rid of this here, red one right here. Hasta la vista. And then maybe like this blue one right here. Adios. Muchacho. And then like this one. Oh, a little one on each. Okay. Need some assistance. Alright. Incoming assistance. Oh, no. Alright. No. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. That's dangerous. Crates falling from the sky. See, they get stuck up underneath there. Sometimes. Sometimes they do that. Alright, you are out of here. See, the beauty is now I can hit respawn. Back to the spawn point. And then all we need to do is watch over there and you'll just see crates falling from the sky. See? You just reappear. And these ones that we dropped, or that we lifted way over here, they'll eventually come down too. Come on, Mr. Crates, where are you at? There they are, there's one. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Must have already dropped. So that is the lifty thing. So these things are actually pretty easy to build. It's just an anchor there on the front on a piece of suspension so that when it actually hits the thing, it doesn't collapse or break. And then a couple of gimbals that are set. There's two in the back that aren't in use, and the one on the top here keeps it upright while it's sliding. There is a mini thruster on the inside that's automatically triggered with an XOR gate when you release it. And that sensor up front there is what actually triggers the two gimbals that are in the back on the bottom. So that as soon as it grabs something or gets close enough to grab it at like 0.3 or 0.4 distance from the sensor, it triggers those and then it automatically starts lifting whatever it is that it's attached to. See, or you can send a bunch of those up in the air like that and then jump into a jet and fly up there and shoot those grabbers and see who can be the first to take down 5 crates that are up in the air. Well, find them and kill them. Alright, let's take a look at our next build. Alright, and this build is called the Tunatron. Because it's a great big fish, but it's wafer thin, very thin, eh? The seat is here, as you can see. You have some tail action. And we got big fins on the side. It is a sub. It's not super fast, it's just really big. So I thought this would be a good target for underwater battles or versus a boat. It's big, but yet I imagine it could be hard to hit. All you got to do is turn into your target. But this is just a pretty obvious build. Big giant triangles using our flat angle pieces and corner pieces to make a big giant fish. Big fishy. I've been playing in the water a lot lately, so you'll see what I'll come up with next. Oh, come on, don't turn sideways like a dead fish. Dead Tunatron. What's up with that? So maybe maybe we leave Mr. Tunatron right here. Again, nothing real fancy about that build, just a great big fish. So we'll jump out, we'll leave Mr. Tunatron sitting there. And we'll go over here, because I got something that we're gonna pay live. We're gonna do some fishing. Let's do some fishing, yeah. Wanna do some fishing? Alright, see that big fish over there? So this build is unnamed, but it does have 2 of my newest torpedoes on it. These are called the SR1s, or the Surface Relative 1, the first design. You can see that there's a sensor on top of the torpedoes inside there. That's why there's just 2 notches in the sub. And those detect whatever they detect, whatever you shoot the torpedoes at, they'll stay underwater, just under the surface. And when it goes underneath your target, boom, big boom. So you don't necessarily have to hit the target, you just got to get your torpedo underneath it. If it does hit the target, it's going to explode anyways. So let's have a look-see. So we got a fish there. So let's say if we kind of zoom in a wee bit like this, we say fire torpedo 1. Ooh, it missed. Let's fire torpedo 2. Oh, right in the head. Headshot. Oh, is it going down? Is it going down? Somebody yell timber. And we're going to go down like this. Into the water. And we're going to fire 1. Ooh, that was close. Went just under the tail. Fire 2. Oh. See, they're not supposed to jump out of the water like that. Mind you, it is pretty low in the water, so I'm trying to get it underneath. Let's see, if we sink down, keep ourselves going forward a wee bit here, we should be able to... Number 1, number 2. Ooh, number 2 is a wee bit too low. A wee bit low on that one, Charlie. 1 and 2. Boom, boom. So you can see when they get below the target is when they actually detonate. See, 1 and 2 together. Yep. I think Mr. Fishy is toast. Let's finish him off. Number 1. Number 2. Oh, there goes number 2. Hasta la vista. But it looks like Fishy Fishy is in multiple pieces. Okay, so we're going to rotate this way. We're going to say hasta la vista fishy parts. 1 and 2. Yeah. It's on the bottom now, man. So yeah, those torpedoes are actually have multiple. You can see all the engines on there, or the underwater propellers. They got 3 sticks of dynamite on the nose, as well as that sensor on the front. Some fins in the back for stability, and there's also a couple of small steering hinges in the back that are set to like a 6.6 degree angle or whatever to keep them level in the water, to try and keep them below the surface of the water. As soon as I added it to the sub, of course, the original build only had the torpedoes on it, and then they worked perfectly. They stayed, 5 or 6 feet underwater, right underneath your boats or whatever, and went off perfectly. But I put 2 of them onto a sub now, and they behave a little differently. So it must take that into consideration when you release them. As you can see, they do a little bit of a dipsy-divey as they go through the water, but they're quite effective. So even if they go underneath your boat, you're toast. They're going to explode. So I'll be uploading this sub to the shop. I have no idea what the hell to call it. Silver bullets, torpedo bullets, or maybe I'll just upload the torpedo itself. So maybe try searching for SR1 torpedoes. All right. Final build of the video, we are going ballooning. So this is a work in progress. It's not finished yet, but there's enough of it that I can show it to you and you'll understand what I'm talking about. So this is a hot air balloon. Should I say a hot gimbal balloon? So it wants to keep itself up in the air, but there's no seat down here to control it. This is all sensor-based controls. There's a seat way up there on the top, but that's simply for rebuilding purposes, so you don't lose it every time it dies. If you try and rebuild it, there's no seat on it. So if you just jump into the basket here, you can see we've got all kinds of sensors down here. So the middle sensor is what gives us lift. So we'll just stand on that for a second, and then we're up off the ground. As you can see, we've got some loose hinges there, some steering hinges, keeping our basket nice and level as our balloon wobbles around. Again, we want that realism of kind of having like ropes on there. So the red marker here lets me know which way is the front, and this here will give us a little bit of forward action, as you can see, and then we'll just drift in the balloon. Let's get a little bit of air. Let's go up a wee bit. There we go. So this is designed as a mini game for 2-player or 4-player. So you have 2 guys in each balloon, and you have to, so you can steer by turning this way, or you can go backwards with this one. You can stop, or you can turn the other way with this one. So you can keep yourself going straight again. Now, this does have 4 bombs on it. The game would be called Balloon Bomber. So on the bottom of this creation, there would be a base basically that you would drop. Haven't built that yet. There'll be a sensor inside it that's covered, and once that sensor is uncovered, then it goes boom, it detonates a bunch of dynamite. So you would launch your balloon and detach from your base, put your base wherever you want. Your opponent on the other side of the map or somewhere else on the map would detach their base, and the base doesn't move. So the whole point of the game is to get your balloon to the other guy's base and bomb it. I was also thinking of a way to make the trigger so that your balloon would actually explode when the other guy blows up your trigger or your base. See, so we got bombs hanging here on the corner that are released with the sensors here. Okay, that's a little anticlimactic. Let's get a little more altitude, maybe. Hello. Okay, and then we'll like stay over this way, and then try dropping this one. There we go. That's what they're supposed. I can't believe that bomb just landed there, like silly putty. So we have 4 bombs that we can just drop, and those are what you would use to destroy your enemy's base. You gotta fly over top of his base, even if the bomb doesn't blow up and it wrecks the top of his base and then exposes the sensor and it blows it up and you win. So this is, again, not completed yet. I need to find some place to put sensors to make you go down in case you want to lose elevation. And of course, got to put a little more detail in there with a fire pit in the middle there to make it look like there's a flame up there, or maybe an upside down thruster. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll put on there, is a thruster that we can use. It'll make it look like flame shooting up, but it actually pushes you down. So this will be the Balloon Bomber game. This was fun to build, just our angled pieces and balloon shape basically with our gimbals up top. And you can see those flashing speed sensors there facing upwards, keeping the balloon from falling down. It's got a nice natural swinging balloon in the wind feel. I just like the idea of having a seatless build. That's multiplayer, requires multiple people to control it. So I will be uploading this when it is completed, but I imagine I'll be showing it to you in another video once it actually is complete and the complete thing has the base on it and the whole 9 yards. So it's actually playable. But it's a fun thing to try and build. So that's what I'm here to do, inspire you to build weird things. Alright guys, I think we're going to leave that one here. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave a comment. And we'll see you in the next one. Ciao.